Morning, morning, morning. It's a grey old morning here in the UK. Weather's supposed to pick up a little bit later in the week, but for now it's grey. Again, like Tim Mullen's hair. Sorry, Tim. And look, I had a bit of an epiphany. It's been bugging me, this case, like it's bugging all of you. And it got me to thinking, look, what have we all missed? We've gone over so many scenarios of what could have happened, but based on facts, things we've seen, is there a scenario that we've missed? And I think potentially there is. And look, Don had said himself, so again, this is all based on fact. These are things that we've seen, that we've heard, that are there. It's there for us all to see. Don had referenced the fact that up at Ben Hill Road, there's kind of a internal justice system where they deal with stuff themselves. You remember that? You know, if someone hurts someone's child, anything happens, then they're likely to deal with it themselves. They don't get law enforcement involved, they deal with it. So we know that that's kind of something that goes on, is something that is kind of this vigilante justice, if you like. But obviously it happens. We know, because there was conversations between Don and his friend, which I'll put here, that questioned Hunter, Ali, and that side of the Ben Hill massive. So look, those text messages alone, so early on, would lead you to believe that it wasn't directly Don or Candace that were involved in Summer's disappearance. Directly. Hear me out. But there was obviously an issue on the hill between these people. We know that there were issues between Candace and Ali that seemed to start around Jose's visitation into the house. Jose had come on, and look, you know what I think of Jose, but for being fair, we have to address every single possibility, and this possibility makes sense to a degree. People would have seen what was going on with Summer. They all would have. Ali had said that she herself had called CPS. Okay? Hunter had said that Summer was like his little sister. He had said that Candace was getting off a nut all the time, and she would sometimes be that bad that she would lose Summer just to realise that she's outside. So they knew and had inside knowledge of what Candace and Don were like as parents. They would have had opportunity because they knew kind of what was going up on that hill. They would have known the place. They would have known where Summer was likely to be at all times. And look, if anyone could have got up on that hill, it could have indeed been people of Ben Hill. It would also answer why people have inserted themselves in the case afterwards and pushed specific narratives and tried to guide the ship, so to speak. Don had said that he even thought and considered the bikers against abuse had been involved. Why would he think that? Why would such a random thought come to his mind? And it left me to thinking. CPS constantly turning up on your doorstep, which we know happened. Again, this is fact. And then not answering the door. And then all of a sudden your little girl goes missing. And your first thoughts are, we thought bikers against abuse had been involved. And then I think, this could be it. Don and Candace were being accused of by the people of Ben Hill Road regarding their treatment of Summer. They obviously knew, because CPS were turning up. They were under investigation as it was. Maybe someone around this family actually knew when CPS were due to arrive, and that was all part of the plan. We said that this was potentially pre-arranged, but who was it arranged by? Hunter was there on that day. Now, was that to help Candace, or was it to help someone else? Don had raised himself. Why did Ali and those start acting differently around them after Summer went? I believe that this could be a case of Ben Hill justice. People may have just got sick of watching a little girl who they held in high regard being treated the way that they were. There was references made of, and I say this because I have to, because it would sit in with this narrative. You know, was Summer 100% safe around everybody within the home she lived? I think you know what I'm saying, and perhaps that's why Summer was uplifted and not all of the children were uplifted. And I'm not saying that's true, but could it have been thought of? Could it have been thought of and used as a reason to justify just removing Summer? What happens on the hill stays on the hill. And perhaps that's why specific people like Ronnie Lawson isn't too bothered about getting his hands dirty, because he's well aware. He's not wet behind the ears. He knows this place. And is he just thinking, look, this is something that happened on the hill and was dealt with by the hill. We don't need to get involved. Was Jose part of it? And did Dudley really see Jose there? Because Jose was coming back to help remove Summer from Ben Hill Road. You tell me. Now, it does then beg the question as to whether the removal of Summer from these people was indeed 100% for good reason. It might have started off that way, but not necessarily ended that way, or it indeed might have ended up with Summer being given a better life. But again, I ask you, with what we know, with what's come out of people's mouths themselves, even when we look at Jodie Sue Brown, we know that she had had a falling out with Andrew. Now, I've been given information regarding their relationship that she had put up with so much so much from Andrew over the years. Had been together since middle school, I believe, and it was around this time that all came crashing down. What was so bad that Jodie Sue decided to pull the plug at that time? Was it that part of that plan that was supposed to be a good plan turned into a bad one? And something that was supposed to be a nice exit turned into a bad one? Is that why all of these people are tied into this? Because they were all part of removing Summer from Ben Hill Road. Maybe it's just a huge conspiracy theory. But I'll tell you what, Summer went that day. She disappeared. We're nearly a year on, and there's only a few options available. And there's only a few options that make sense. And when you consider the amount of people who are involved and making themselves involved, you have to ask yourself why. Why are so many people wanting to be involved? Are they keeping an eye to make sure that the narrative is controlled? Are we going to see justice done here? Or was justice already served the Ben Hill way? Let me know down below.